It's been about a year since I left my job at Google, and there are so many lessons that I've learned along the way. But I want to share one of the hardest lessons that I've learned, and it's also like slightly embarrassing. When you've worked in big tech, you know that this stereotype goes around that anyone at Meta, at Netflix, at Google, or whatever, they sort of can disappear into the fold and can get away with working like 8 hours a week or something crazy. That was not my experience or the experience of any one of my coworkers or anyone that I ever saw in the office. We were all busting our ass, okay? But that stereotype is alive and well. The reason I bring it up is I've been in plenty of conversations and I've overheard conversations about other people where someone will say working at so-and-so is not a flex and it's like a big tech company, or it's not as important as they think it is. And the reality is like, yes, it is that important. Like, it is so important. One of my former coworkers actually said this pretty perfectly. She said something along the lines of like, working at these big tech companies, one of the unspoken perks, like, of course, the comp structure is great. Of course, the equity is insane, all of that stuff. But like, one of the unspoken things is that you get to learn from the best. So like, the best people leaders, the best experts in an industry. I don't consider myself one of those people at all by any means, but I do consider myself someone who's been able to learn from those people. And I think that experience and like bringing that skill set and bringing that point of view is actually really, really valuable. But it is incredibly hard as an ex-big tech employee to marry that like excitement about the things you've learned with the reality of people maybe not necessarily wanting to hear it attached to a certain brand or a company. And the lesson learned is trying to finesse both of those things to sort of sneak it in where it makes sense, or at least make it more palatable so it doesn't come off as bragging.